CEO and Managing Director, National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, Co-Chair, Australia-India Education Council Skills Working Group. Mr. Dilip Chinoy, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Shubha. Dr. M.M. Pallam Raju, Minister of Human Resource Development, His Excellency Mr. Bernard Phillip, Acting High Commissioner of Australia to India, Professor S.S. Mantha, Chairman AICTE, Mr. Mahalingam, the Chair of the CII Skills Committee, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General CII, my colleague and co-conspirator in this journey, Mr. Philip Bullock, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by thanking first Dr. Pallam Raju, the Honorable Minister, for being with us this morning. For those of us who met him day before, we know the choice that he had to make to be here. But thank you, Minister, for not only being here, but for that excellent address, and more importantly, not only recognizing the work that the Australia-India Skills Group has done, and therefore energizing everybody in this room, but more importantly, for setting us direction for the next year and raising the bar and getting us to collectively work to deliver to a new agenda and to a new paradigm of work. So thank you, Honorable Minister. Also, I'd like to thank the Secretary, both for higher education, who will be here later during the day, and for the school education, and the team led by Mr. Amit Khare in the ministry, who have actually made this happen and continuously support us. I'd like to also thank Professor Mantha, the Chairman of AICTE, for his support. And between the Human Resource Ministry and him, they have found a way to innovatively fund the skills work in the Australia-India Education Council. And we thank him for that and for his presence and his continued guidance and support of the skills work in India. To the High Commission and through the Acting High Commissioner, we would like to thank the whole engagement of the Australian ecosystem, the government represented here by Joanna and Melissa, and the others who are here, and also the contribution made by the government to support the Industry Skill Council's work in India. Mr. Minister, I'm told that the figure is close to 200,000 Australian dollars in the type of work that they've done. So they're really putting their money behind this effort. I'd like to thank the World Skills Australia team, Mark and Jessica. Jessica, you have been an inspiration to hundreds of youth who you met, but more importantly for thousands and maybe millions of other people who this message will go along. And I think it's really a huge new dimension to the work, and in fact, which actually emerged on the sidelines of the Australia-India Skills Working Group, but I believe going forward it will be an integral part of it. To all the CEOs of the ISCs who are here, the TAFE directors, the ACPET team, to all of you, right, and all the leaders of the working subgroups within the Australia-India Education Council, Neil, Joanna, and the colleagues from the High Commission, Peter, Vedi, and the team. So thank you very much for making it happen. This event would not have been possible without the leadership of the team at CII, Mr. Mahalingam and Chandrajit Banerjee. Chandrajit, you may also recall that the first ever CII mission, the AIEI mission, which ever went out, the first mission that CII took out to anywhere in the world was actually led by KG Khosla to Australia. So not only is the skills a first for CII, but the engagement with Australia also was the first for CII. Thank you for leading this effort, Supriya, Sugato, Nita, and the entire team there who have worked tirelessly to make this happen. To all the Indian training organizations, the sector skills CEOs, I believe the sector skills CEOs were kind of apprehensive of why we are taking up so many days of their time. They have come out from the bilateral process, very encouraged and energized, and we hope to take this forward. The providers here and the firms and the organizations that collaborated for the visits, whether it be the Institute of Hotel Management and ILFS and the institution in Goa, which coordinated Jessica's visits or the other visits that you did, thank you very much, because this is what builds trust and collaboration between our two countries. To the SSCs and the teams at NSDC, Atul, Ranjan, Basab, and the team that has been working there. Thank you very much for enabling this to happen. But I want to again end by thanking you, Philip. It is very unusual for a skills working group or any working group. I would be surprised if there's any precedent in any other sector that meets 14 times in the space of 2 years and 3 times, actually 4 times physically in the space of 2 years. It has been really driven by Philip and his team and everyone from the Australian side, and we're really indebted to you, and we believe that together we can make a difference. And Mr. Minister, we would end by once again committing to you that all of us in this room will work together to ensure that the new challenges and the new goalposts that you have given us will be achieved. And when you are there at the next conference, you will have the opportunity to, again, review this and set new challenges and goals for us. Between our two countries, like the Minister said, we could transform the lives of millions of young people. So thank you very much for being here, and over to you, Shubha. Back to you.
Thank you, Dilip. Thank you, Mr. Chenoy, for those absolutely encouraging and motivating words. Mr. Minister, thank you very much. All the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of the inaugural session. There'll be a brief coffee tea break, but do come back in time for the next session. Enjoy your tea. Thank you once again.
Stitching it